gang. Welcome back to another glorious episode of Spirits, Angels, and Guides. Oh my, I am Nancy Christine Brady.
And I am Tara Diana, and have we got something for you? And what do we have?
We are talking about predictions, premonitions, and false advertising. This
Okay.
is
I
Tara's trigger 635.
This is so much fun. This is, that's why I love you so much because you totally get me. You like feel me all over. You're like, well, oh, that sounded weird. You feel
That
me?
did sound weird. We don't have that type of relationship, listeners, just so you
Not
know.
yet. What's life been doing for you, baby? What's been going on?
Life has been good. My non-magical job has been very, very busy.
Mm.
I have an upcoming trade show in Tennessee, so I'm super stoked because I'm going to Dolly World.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a little bit excited. I'm not gonna lie.
what is Dolly World?
It's like this epic theme park that Dolly Parton made. I'm
So is
just
it
like,
like all about Dolly Parton?
I don't think so. Like to me, it looks kind of like Disneyland, to be honest.
I think she's a nice person, but like, is it all about plastic surgery and boob jobs and wigs? Like,
No, like there's roller coasters, there's like a whole theme. I guess this is kind of Knoxville is like the huge center of theme parks. But her theme park like obviously has country music. It's got different sort of venues you can go to. It's got all sorts of rides you can go on.
you do rides?
I love roller coasters.
I do too, but I always worry that I'm gonna like have a heart attack now. Like because I've always had high blood pressure since I was 18, and then
Mhm.
I don't have it anymore. And but I still have that constant thing in my head that like, oh my God, I'll be so because I get scared over everything, right? I'm like, "Ah, I'm gonna die. And then,
And then there you are.
and a
I'll
lot.
s- I'll see what I can find you at Dolly World to bring back. Find
Oh,
something
find me
cool.
something. Nan
Yeah.
bought me a javelina. I am not gonna lie. I was so disappointed in Sedona that all those people that have never been there before didn't even know what a freaking javelina was. I couldn't see a javelina if it dropped on top of me.
That's
So
true.
Nan bought me a hand carved javelina so I can have one with me at all times.
I did. And I bought we kind of went down the rabbit hole with some stuffed animals because you got Pinky last year.
You have Odette with you?
I you know what? I should get her and we should bring her to the podcast and we should get Pinky and bring them. We'll bring them to the next one. We'll do teaser now because we both got these really fun stuffies and I really feel that it's going to be who sponsors us. The makers of these stuffies. We're going to put it out there. They're going to sponsor our podcast. Odette and Pinky channel spirits next episode.
And that is false advertising right there. That is exactly what we're going to be talking about. And we just played right into that. Right into that.
So,
Thank you.
so what's your favorite one that you've got today on Facebook?
False advertising? Yeah, okay. So do you remember when we did the recording not that long ago about the rescue circles?
Yes.
And I literally went in there and I was like, okay, I'm just going to look up something to explain what a rescue circle is because I can go off for hours on that kind of stuff. When I was looking at it, this ad popped up. I'm going to see if it pops up again. This ad just kind of popped up. Now, this is www.encyclopedia.com, okay? So this is
Hmm.
not like um some metaphysical spiritual website. So believe it or not, we know when and who you will marry. Start the test.
For people who are just listening, she's showing this on YouTube. You know, that's advertising though on their website, isn't it? Like it's
I
just on
know
the
it
side.
is. I
Yeah.
know it is, but here's the thing. Who believes in that shit? Because when you come to a meeting, okay, so are we starting this now?
Let's start it now.
Okay. Are we ready? Are you good with this? Because we is about to go down the rabbit hole. So here's the thing. This is an ad. Again, it said, believe it or not, we know when and who you will marry. And they show an astrological, like a horoscope circle thingy. I don't do any of that stuff. So they show that. Start the test. Start the test. So basically, there is nothing involved but some computer generated stuff
Yeah.
So I was in there. Now I know you can get charts online and all of this, and it seems to kind of run together, but this to me feels so hokey.
Yeah. Clickbait. And okay, you do the test. So a lot of this stuff is clickbait. Like, so a fun way that I mess with my husband, because it's all about Big Brother listening on the cell phone. So I will literally pick his cell phone up and I'll go, green aliens from outer space, and I'll put it down. And then later he's like, you wouldn't believe what's showing up on my Facebook feed. I
Right?
just, I like to mess with it that way. So I think because we looked up rescue circles, now all that advertising is catering to you thinking you're going to deep dive into the spiritual stuff.
Well, I clicked on it and it took me to a human design thing.
Oh, interesting.
And now it's taken me to a come see Bassam Oofus in Calgary. Anyway, it took me to a human design take a 1 minute quiz. So we're not falling down that rabbit hole. But the thing about this is that is exactly that. It's all clickbait. So so this is just generated stuff and you can put the same stuff in. And I totally believe that if you took that test and you took it 3 times in a row, you'd get different answers.
100%. And the other interesting thing that I dislike about this whole prediction full sort of premonition type stuff on Instagram, I'll find some people and I like to just follow other mediums just to see what they're up to on their social media. The ones that I know are real fraudulent and just in it for the money, I get a DM right away saying, your energy resonated with me. Can I give you a reading, please?
Yep. Or even in my lives on Facebook, Nan,
Yeah.
they I have I have four, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 false spirit essence by Tara Diana pages on Facebook where they will go in and they will see me on a live and they'll start like sending like weird messages in there saying, oh, Dr. Yusuf can help you get your lover back or can do this, send me a message. But then they'll make the fake accounts of me and DM people. Now my spirit
Yeah.
essence is a business account. I don't DM people. So, and then I have to go and correct all, or not correct. I have to go and say, no, that wasn't me. I would never ask you for money over this, blah, 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 blah. But
Yeah.
that stuff drives me crazy when they
Yeah.
go into your DMs and they start doing that. You know, I'm going to tell you something, baby. I did a reading for a woman in Richmond, and I was doing it at a store, and she had been to the store several times. And when I was reading for her, I said, "Wow, you do readings?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, that's all I had. And you do readings." And she's like, she told me how much money she was making. And all she would do was card pulls online. She didn't talk to the person. She would just send a recording, but she went into people's DMs and she'd say, 25 bucks and I'll do this for you, blah, 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 blah. She went right into the DMs and she was making hand over fist. I mean, the
Wow.
CRA must like be losing their mind over her. If what she was telling me was true. But here's the tricky thing. When she added me as a friend, she started going into my friends list and DMing people.
Oh, shady.
And I was like, bitch, where are we going with this? Do you think I don't know? Because people started to message me back and they were like, do you know this person?
Yeah.
Because she's contacting me for a reading. I was like, oh no. People do, there's spirituality, Nan, and there's people that do it. I always say that I do it to be of service. I don't do it for the money. I'm I make I make okay money doing this. I can do this full time and I'm fine and I can survive on it. I'm good
Hmm.
because there always has to be an exchange.
Hmm.
But I don't do this for the money.
Correct.
That's not my sole purpose in doing this work.
Yeah.
So you're not seeing me and I don't think I've ever DM'd anyone and said, do you want a reading? I think maybe the most I've done is put out a post and say, hey, this and this and this. Are you interested? Let me know. And then I'll contact them.
That's different because then they're reaching out to you and saying, I am interested. It's
Right.
so, and it's a blanket social media post that's basically just getting your beautiful face out there and people going, "Mm, okay, her energy resonates with me, I'll get a reading.
Yeah, very, very, very sneaky stuff that happens with people. Sneaky stuff that happens with people.
Yeah. I
And
think I think one of the craziest ones that happened for me, as you know, and a few others, is when I ended up with a reading and someone wanted me to take a curse off her daughter. And that's another thing that just doesn't float my boat either. I was like, nope, I don't believe in that. That was just the stuff that people bring forward is so the other side of that, we're talking predictions, premonitions, false advertising. We're talking about the crooked people that do the work that give a bad name to us. But then there's that other side where you have these people who are, and I'm going to say a tar trigger, are raised in an organized religion and lean into these beliefs of,
Mhm.
purgatory and curses and all these things. And then they come to be enlightened to say a fair or something. And they're like, suddenly they're being told something that completely rocks their foundation of their beliefs.
Well, here's the thing, Nan. Honestly, people are always looking for an excuse for a situation that's not working out to their benefit. Why,
Mm,
low vibe people attract low vibe people.
yeah.
So when there's so many people that come to me and say, "Okay, I'm ready to start dating now," from a breakup or whatever like that. I'm ready. And I'll be like, "No, you're not." Because one of two people are going to come to you. You're going to get the savior, the person who wants to come in and save you. And so
Hmm.
you're going to have this amazing Prince Charming or princess kind of vision come to you, and the two of you are going to ride off into the sunset until they feel that they've fixed you, and then they need to go find their next fix.
Yeah.
Or you're going to get the person who is low vibing as you are right now, and you're going to feed off each other. So you never progress. You always
Yeah.
stay at that feeding each other, woe is me victimhood kind of feel. So,
Hmm.
curses and hexes, it's always like, look, how can we bring people down? How can we control people?
Right.
We make them fearful, right? So be afraid. And I don't know what it is about human nature, but we're always looking for the excuse and not looking at ourselves. So we have free will choice, right? Personal responsibility goes hand in hand, like I'm going to throw a punch, with free will choice, right? So
Hmm.
we are always looking for an excuse for what's happened. I have bad luck.
Or a quick and easy fix, right? So they click the link on the clickbait. I need to know my soul guide instead of doing the work.
So for me, all of that is such it puts such a damper on it. And I tell this story all the time, and forgive me, everyone, if I've told this story, but I have a very, very good friend. She's also a good friend of Nan's, Lynn White. And we were at a fair years ago. I used to run fairs with Tina Cleland, lovely lady. We're still buddy buddy. But and we were at this big hotel. We were holding this 3-day fair at this big hotel. I think, Nan, this is before you came into my world, this one. And we were standing there talking, or Lynn was standing and talking to a gentleman, and he was a younger guy, and he was quite stressed out about something. And I happened to be walking by, and they were talking about curses and hexes and things like that. And Lynn said, "I don't believe in them. You want me to take the curse off you?" She goes, "Give me 25 cents." And she made this movement to spit on the floor. I had to run because I was hysterical. What her point was, I got it. Oh my God, that was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen someone do in regards to this. But she's not wrong. What people do is they want to come in and they want to take your money. And that happened to me in Vegas. When we
Really?
yeah, when we were in Old Vegas, Mike and I, we were down for one of Rye Guy's tournaments. And of course, you can't hang out with him. He has to hang out with the team. So we
Yeah.
went down to Old Vegas, and we were walking around, and there was an actual gypsy caravan in the middle of the pathway, the walkway, whatever you want to call it.
Fremont Street or
Yeah,
whatever.
Fremont Street. And so anyway, I said to Mike, "Oh, you know what? I should just do it." I only do that kind of stuff to see what I can catch, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so anyway, Mike's like, "Well, he doesn't care about that stuff." So I go into this car. Now, the setup was cool. Babies, you got to picture this. It was literally Wizard of Oz. Remember when
Nice.
the tornado comes, or the hurricane, or
Yeah.
whatever it was, and she's caught, and then she lands, and there's this caravan, and it's actually the wizard. So this is like that kind of caravan.
That's cool.
So I go up into it and it was super cool inside. It was all done up gypsy like for sure. She was dressed as a gypsy. She may consider herself an actual gypsy, right? Anyway, so we go in there and I was like, okay, this is kind of fun. And then she starts giving me just standard stuff. And, she told me my husband and I weren't meant to be together and he was cheating on me. And and I was like, okay. And if you know my husband, you know. And I was like, nothing was registering with me. She did not pick up once that I was a reader, once that I did this kind of work. And at the end of it, she says, well, I can take all this energy away from you. I can't remember the word she used anymore, Nan. But she basically what she was saying is I had a curse or I had bad luck around me. And that's why all this stuff was happening to me. And I was like, I was really thought I was going to get out of this reading without having that happen. What she said didn't make sense. That doesn't matter. But I really didn't think she was going to go down the road of, but I can. So she says for $200. I can do that. Now I thought that was cheap because I heard people saying I'll do it for $5,000, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, hello, Sam. So I was like, oh, okay. She goes, and we can do it over the phone, and then you can send me $200 every
Yeah.
couple of months. I was like, she even lost her gypsy accent by then. And that's me. And for those of you watching, I'm like giving the face of like complete and utter like blah. And I said, "Oh, no, thank you." I said, "I'm a medium. I feel I'm actually in tuned and everything's okay." She couldn't get me out of there fast enough.
I bet.
I
I
felt like I was
bet.
being kicked out the door.
So speaking of caravan and little gypsy wagons and stuff, my husband has a new proposal for you and I for business.
Oh, is he going to build us a gypsy wagon?
No, there
Oh,
is an extend a hearse for sale around the corner, and he says, I'll paint mobile mediums on it and I'll drive you and Tara around and you can do readings in the back of this hearse.
oh my goddess. Can you imagine?
That would be
Oh,
hysterical.
my sister would beat Lynn and take that his spot as the chauffeur in a heartbeat. She could be driving us around in a hearse. I am telling you, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. How would you even do that? No.
Oh my gosh. I
How would
think
you
that'd be
even do that?
hilarious. That'd be so funny.
Isn't it kind of low, like ceiling wise? Like, what we'd all be laying there giving readings in the dark.
That,
Hey, we tell them to get into a coffin, and we'll just have a speaker. We'll read from the front seat. I feel your mom, Susan, is coming through for you. Do you feel her? She's with you in the coffin. Okay.
and then I'll rock the coffin that they're in.
It'll be like that Halloween ride at when Potter's, it's called Cougar Creek now, I think. When Potter's had their Halloween stuff, they have a coffin there that you climb into and they close it, and it's like some kind of like
Oh,
I don't know what those rides are called, but they jiggle you around and
yeah.
oh my God. And they have a camera so that the people that you came with can watch you be all freaked out in this coffin. Oh my God, that is the funniest thing we've ever talked about. But but I digress. Let's go back to this. Free will choice, personal responsibility. If you are choosing to go down that rabbit hole of oh, where was it? Oh, now I'm on trauma responses according to your palm lines. But for real, like the personal responsibility comes in, if you really feel that you need someone to help you with something, there are genuine people probably in your neighborhood. You probably don't have to go online and start just hitting people up. There's probably, a local medium, whatnot, a spiritual church that you could go to, and they will give you guidance. It's when you go to these other people, psychic, the 1-800 psychic, that,
Hmm.
and a lot of them are psychics though.
Hmm.
A lot of them are psychics. I even once a long time ago thought to myself, maybe I'll do that for a little bit. Of course, that never resonated really, but it
Right. Yeah.
sounded kind of like, and then I realized, no, I need to have true connection with people
Hmm.
to be of service. But the 1-800 psychic, if that's how you're going to really, get the information, then that's up to you. That's your personal responsibility, but you've got to be able to discern it.
Hmm.
Got to be able to be like, okay, that's bullshit. And
Take
not
ownership of your energy, right?
because if they're telling you something, they're just making up bullshit and you're just going to believe it.
Mhm.
That can set you up for all sorts of things,
I couldn't agree more. And I
right?
know a few people who have fallen victim to it. And then the next
Sure.
thing you know, your life savings is gone. And Tara and I don't want that for you. So if you're listening, don't believe anything. If it doesn't feel right, it's not nice.
Don't
And
believe anything. That's
it's
what you
not
just said. Don't
right.
believe anything. It's all lies. Stay
Just
in your bubble. Be safe. It's okay. Well, if anyone's charging you astronomical, and this goes back to we were talking about this before. There should be ethics in mediumship for sure. And you talk about, yes, there has to be an exchange. Your
Mhm.
work is important. We've taken classes, we've done some things to build up, our ability to tap in and whatnot. We've had mentors, etc. So for sure, there has to be an exchange, just like there is with a doctor or a dentist. We've talked about this before. We'll talk about it again. Um,
Mhm.
but at the same time, I have such a big problem with these people on TV or these people that become, bigger, that are charging a mortgage payment for a
Yeah.
45-minute Zoom or Skype.
Yeah.
Like,
And a lot of that it's because they end up with these massive teams that they have to pay, right?
yeah, I feel that.
But I think but I think, at the end of the day, there has to be a limit.
And the other thing, Nan, sorry to interrupt you, baby, but the other thing too is that if these people are that busy and they have that, these long wait lists and what's not, which usually are false wait lists,
Yep.
right? They say they have these wait lists and for a year and a half. How how in the God's green earth are you going to help someone in the moment that they need you when they have to pay you $1,000 right now?
Hmm.
And then you're going to wait your appointments in 2027?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean, by then they probably don't even remember they paid you that money, or they crossed over or something's happened. They don't
Yeah.
they don't need you. If you want to talk to your mom who died June 15th, 2024, and you have to wait to 2027, I guarantee you that you're only going there because you think these people, they're hyped up. Because there's going to
Hmm.
be a local medium around you that could deliver beautifully for you.
100%.
Beautifully for you.
And that returns to what we were saying earlier. Do your research. If it doesn't feel right and if that medium doesn't resonate with you, walk away. You don't sit within that, letting them spew whatever it is that doesn't resonate with you. There's You aren't for everyone. I'm not for everyone. There's energy out there, someone you're going to match with, and it doesn't have to cost you a mortgage payment.
That is the biggest thing about mediumship, that or any kind of intuitive work. Let's not just label mediums, okay? How about
Hmm.
energy practitioners,
Hmm.
right? Same thing. They have, and they go and they will pay a lot of money to get modalities and to embody them and be initiated in them. And I mean, even I am initiated in Psyche. I am a high priestess of Archangel Melchizedek. I love that so much. Everyone should repeat that. All hail High Priestess Tara. I should have brought that up at the retreat. Uh,
Of Melchizedek. I love it.
you know, I lost my train of thought. Where were we? I'm hailing myself right now.
Let's just say for our listeners, just be mindful, be focused on, a lot of those premonitions, a lot of that false clickbait that's out there is just that. If it shows that it's an easy solution, it's not. It's the same with like all the weight loss stuff. There's no such thing as a pill. You got to do the work. Same with your spiritual work. You got to do the work and lean into what feels
Anything.
right.
Same with anything.
Same as anything. And, look for referrals. That's how I've built my entire business. That's how Tara's built her entire business. It's
Entirely.
word of mouth, right? If we resonate with you, great, refer it. And if we don't, then that's okay. We send you off with the light. But it's one of those things that do your homework, do your due diligence, and yeah, that's my spiel.
At least you didn't squirrel and land over in the shiny lights and the tunnels and whatever. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. I'm with Melchizedek right now. I don't know where you are, baby, but I'm all hail Tara. Yeah, I love that. That is a great way to kind of end this. Remember, personal responsibility. If someone tells you something and again, hexes, curses, all those things. You're only hexed or cursed if you believe you are. No one
Exactly.
has that much power over you, no matter what culture you come from, no matter what organized religion or unorganized religion, cult
Hmm.
you believe in. You have the power within yourself. You are not, you're only as weak as you believe you are.
Exactly.
Oh,
And
that
that's
should be a
from
bumper sticker.
that should be from the empowerment medium, Tara Diana herself. Well, that's it for today's episode, Spirit Gang. We hope you enjoyed diving into Princess I can't even
It's
say
not
it.
princess, it's high priestess.
High Priestess Melchizedek and my conversation with us. Don't forget to join us next time for more spiritual insight, stories, and guidance.
Oh my goodness, I can't even. Make sure you guys are following us. This has been such an amazing experience. Make sure you're following us on all our platforms. Our Instagram is Spirit Angel Guides. We put lots of content in there, extra content, so you can go in there and take a look at it. Ask us the questions. I'm going to send Nan to answer them for you. Because I get squirrely and I'm all over the place, and Melchizedek needs me. And yeah, follow us. Make sure you give us some 5-star reviews, because when you do that, guys, it really helps us get more noticed. And you may love us, someone else may love us too. So let's put it out there. We appreciate all of you, and yeah, that's it. Squirrel.
Thanks for tuning in and being part of our spiritual journey. And until next time, stay connected, stay inspired, and keep shining your beautiful lights.
Until the next time, spirit angels and guides. Oh my.